Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhya janopimam. This 25th verse of the 9th chapter we have seen yesterday from the Adi Daivik point of view as explained by Bhagwan Shankaracharya. Now the same mantra or the shloka also can be inquired and understood from the material point of view, in our day-to-day life point of view. This is the purpose of study of scriptures, that we take the foundation of the scriptures and discover the guidelines how to live our life. Here is one example. Yanti devavrata devan. So, devavrata devan. Deva means what? Dyotanat devaha. The one who is illuminating is called as God. So, who is illuminating? All the senses are the one who are illuminating the sense objects. So, Devavrata therefore will be what? Those who are spending their life only for the tickling of their sense organs, and the whole life is Kama Purushartha Pradhan. Fulfillment of the desires and enjoyments. So, such people, Devavrataha, they are Devavrataha. And they lead their life exactly like the Vratam. In Vratam, what is done? They are very meticulous about all the small details. Suppose I am following the Santoshi Mata Vrata or Ekadashi Vrata, or I am following any other Vratam, then there are a lot of do's and don'ts. This should be done, this should not be done, the time factor, the place factor, the conditioning factor. Like we see in case of the people who are doing the Parayanas, like for example, there is a very great divine text called as Guru Charitra, followed reverentially by the followers of Bhagwan Dattatreya. Now the Guru Charitra Parayan, reading the whole Pothi, is done under very strict conditions. And this should be done, this should not be done, etc. So when these people are doing this, it is called a Vratam. So here Deva Vrataha, those who are involved in the material pursuits and those who are involved in enjoyments of the material world, they lead their life as if enjoyment is the vratam of their life. See? This is what is meant, Deva Vrata. Therefore, they will work Monday through Friday afternoon, so that Friday afternoon onwards till Monday morning, they can enjoy, and they are very clear about it. This one point of the Western culture I very much appreciate. They are so sincerely dedicated for that their whole life is lived only for that. And they are very clear about it. One day, one person, a plumber who was working in USA in somebody's house, I was there. So he used to talk to me, I used to talk to him something. Elderly man. He must have been about 60, 65. So I used to give him a cup of tea, he became my friend. And some work was going on. So he used to come every day. And he said, for 2 days I will not be coming. I said, that time I didn't know what is the Western culture and life. He said, no, actually I am getting married. I said, oh, you didn't get married so long? No, I got married. This is my 4th marriage. Not first time. And you know who is my best boy, best friend? My son is my best friend. Then I told him Vedanta. I said, don't you feel that we should spend our time for something higher in life rather than living like this? He told me, he said, you are talking something very good, but at the wrong age. He said, that time I was young. He said, you should talk these things when you are above 70. You are not nearby even the middle age and you started talking this philosophy. No. So they are committed to enjoy. They are Deva Vrata, Devan Yanti. The whole life is spent only in this. Therefore is the question for them that they can think about something higher. Second, Pitrun Yanti Pitru Vrataha. The second kind of people are those who are lost only in the name and the fame. Raghukula Rita Sada Chaliyai Prana Jai Para Bachana Na Jai. Only the name and the fame becomes the main criteria of existence. The other day I met one man and he was telling, I said, do you know the places in Bombay? He said, yes, I am brought up in Bombay. I said, then how come you are in Lonavala? No, because we shifted here, me and my wife. Then what about your parents? They visit? No. We are excommunicated by our parents because of our law marriage. And the criteria is, if we allow my son to get married to someone else, it will destroy the glory and name of our family. Therefore, you are dead for me and I am dead for you. Their whole life is lived only in these funny things, nothing else. So, Pitrun Yanti Pitru Vrataha. All the time talking about the old things and forgetting the present. Such people never live in the present. Like, many traditional minded people. One day somebody was talking to me from Rajasthan in Jaipur. They said, Swamiji, these days, the culture is going so down. In your lecture, you should bring up this point. That see the girls, how they dress, and they put on the pants and they cut their hair. And this is not our tradition and culture. Because of this, our Sanskriti is getting destroyed. You should also tell that you should not see the TV and all that. I told you last time, there is one Swamiji, good friend of mine. When somebody goes to him, he takes a certificate from him signed. I hereby take a vow that I will not see the TV. Ram, Ram, Ram. What the TV has done to you? That destroys the culture. So when he was telling me like that, I told him, I said, Babuji, you are elder than me, what can I tell you? But I will tell you because you asked me, is culture meant only for the ladies or is also for the gents? No, it is for both. I said, then why you people have started putting on pant and shirt? Where your pagdi has gone? You are a Rajasthani. Rajasthani put on big pagdi on their head, bigger than their head. And then they have got the big moustaches. Where is your thing? It is all wiped out. You know why? Culture is destroyed. When you remove your moustache, your culture is not destroyed. And when these poor girls have their hair cut, their culture is destroyed. So, Pitrun Yanti Pitur Vrataha. Such people are lost only on these non-essentials. Our culture, our tradition is not meant for haircut. I was in New Zealand in a group, they have called me. And Swamiji, please talk. We are about 30, 40 youngsters and we want to protect our culture. You please come and talk to them. So I spoke to them two principles. I said, principle number one, you should be proud of what you are. First principle, if you want to lead a dignified existence. If you are not proud of what you are, you will become an ape and you will have a disrespectful existence for yourself. Have that. Second thing, you also remember, now you are in New Zealand and this is going to be your land. Therefore, don't remain as a black sheep in a white flock. You should be able to adapt yourself in this land and make this land as your, establish yourself by hard work, by sincerity and by maintaining the culture. So, after that, question answer. Children have no questions. Elders have nothing but doubts. So the children didn't ask questions, they were happy. Now elderly persons ask this question. But if they talk ill about our culture, they make fun, what we should do? I say, what is that they make fun of you? If you are sincere, if you are committed to your work, nobody talks anything in this country. Nobody is interested in your personal life. That is the greatness of these white people. They don't talk to you anything regarding your personal life. Only work to work, that's it. And then I gave an example. I said, there is one girl who a sales girl, how sincere, to the last moment she gave me all the details even on phone. You ask an Indian, it will never happen. So change that aspect, learn something good from the white people and have your culture as the foundation and grow in life. This should be the approach to life. Kalidas says, all that is old need not be good, and all that is new need not be bad. Wise are those who are able to select good from both the old and the new and grow spiritually. But when this is not known, pitrunyanti pitruvrataha, they get lost only in the so-called culture. Now the third, bhutani yanti bhutejja. So bhutejja, bhutanam pujakaha. Bhuta means what? These Pancha Mahabhutas, the material scientists. So those who are investigating in science, in economics, in politics, and whole life is spent only for that. The so-called social workers, then the so-called politicians, the so-called scientists. So all of them are spending their whole life only in these bhuta, and therefore they become like bhuta. How this is? Now, one example I'll give you. When the old age comes, the fear of extinction, death, etc. is natural for everyone. Now, at that time, what should be the approach to life? To give medicine and continue the longevity for additional one more year? What is going to happen out of it? Nothing. That fellow will suffer more. Therefore, that time it is necessary that we are able to help them grow out of this fear by proper understanding, study, scripture, purpose of life. But instead of that, the medicine will think only about how we can increase the longevity, how we can produce the babies in the test tube. Hereafter, the next research will be how the babies can be hanging on the bonsai plant in our drawing room. Next research. So when the guest comes, this is my second baby, and baby is hanging from the bonsai plant. What is your name? My name is Hanger number 1. Okay, very good. See, cloning, they feel that is the highest achievement. And with the push of a button, you can destroy somebody innocent. That is the highest achievement. So, Bhutani yanti bhuteja, they develop and discover extreme material prosperity sciences without wisdom how to use that. Bhutani yanti bhuteja. And the last one is Madhyaji yanti mamapi. But those who are with the same sincerity, what is the sincerity of the Devavrata? What is the sincerity of the Pitruvrata? And what is the sincerity of the Bhuteja? All of them are so sincerely dedicated in their own field. With the same sincerity, those who are dedicated to their own real absolute self, called as Bhagwan Krishna in this reference, they come to me alone. Means what? As regards efforts are concerned, as regards commitment is concerned, as regards the methodicity is concerned, we do not lack. Now what is lacking is the direction. In which direction all these things are applied. If the direction is extrovert, we will get lost in the extrovert. So these three things can be understood as, from the dharma point of view, the dharma, artha, kama, these are the three of them. So, Pitruvrata dharma purushartha, Devavrata kama purushartha, and Bhutani yanti bhuteja artha purushartha. So the dharma, artha, kama, when they are pursuing, they will get lost only in them. But parama purushartha, those who seek me and me alone, with the same sincerity in which we apply in dharma, artha, kama, they shall certainly come to me. See how beautiful this mantra is now. Therefore, what is said by Bhagwan, that only change the direction of your lifestyle. Enough of this dharma, artha, kama. Enough of it. Now we have to focus attention to the self that we are. Unless this comes, we are only deceiving ourselves. That is why, many times the seekers have this kind of wrong notions. Is it not our responsibility to do this, do that, do this? How can we afford to spend time in spiritual life? This is nothing but an excuse and weakness that we cannot go without the relative existence. That's it. So, yanti madhya janopi mam. Now, after having said this, न केवलम मद्भक्तानाम अनावृत्ति लक्षणम अनंत फलम सुख राधना च अहम कथम. Not only my devotees attain anavritti lakshanam ananta phalam. They are never born again. This is the infinite result of devotion to me for my devotees. Not only that, but sukha radhanaha. And it is very easy to practice. See? Yanti devavrata devan. Those who want to enjoy, how much they have to plan. We have to do, the booking, advance booking, so that we can get the cheap fares. Then we have to reserve the resort so we can go and enjoy. How much involvement. And similarly, yanti pitruvrata pitrun. So you have to all the time remember what is our culture, whether it is a culture or a horticulture or agriculture, what culture it is. And or the tissue culture. And then the Bhutani yanti bhuteja, all the time dedicated to the involvement, science, politics, How much difficult it is. Here Bhagwan says, my devotion is sukha radhanaha cha aham. I am very easily propitiated. Not so much of problems involved as in much in the dharma, artha, kama. How this is that you are so easily propitiated? 26th verse. Patram pushpam phalam toyam Yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyupavhrutam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. All these things are freely available in the market. Patram, if you are the devotee of Vishnu, Krishna, then Patram means Tulasi Patram. If you are the devotee of Bhole Baba, Patra means the Bilvi Patra. If you are the devotee of a politician, Patra means 1000 rupees note. Ek patta nikalo jara. See? Patram. Then Pushpam, the flowers. Then third, Phalam, the fruits. And Toyam Udakam. Now see, meaning what? There is nothing special that you have to do. Whatever you have, this is the meaning. In addition to this, what you call word-to-word meaning. Offer the flower, offer the leaf, offer the fruit, and pour the water on his head. This is a general meaning. But what is meant is, whatever is freely available to you. See? All these things do not cost your fortune. No. Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, yo me mahyam bhaktya prayachati. See, I told you that our old man, every morning he goes without fail. So every day, since the day I have come here and whenever I am here. So when I am coming in the morning, he is going that side. And then the moment he sees, immediately he has got nothing in his pocket except the flowers. So he will immediately take out the flower and give. So with so sincerity. So it doesn't matter what is given. Bhaktya upahrutam. How it is given. So whatever is given, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, this is one aspect of the simplicity in devotion. Devotion doesn't mean that you have to have a lot of huge things, no. Many times, the people have this notion, the knowledge, that devotion means when all big and really great things are given. That is not devotion. Devotion is always the dharma of the antakaran, not the external things. And it is immediately recognized. So, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, whatever we have, yo me mahyam, to me, bhaktya prayachati, he who gives with great devotion and love. Now, one more step. Whenever we do something out of love and as an expression of love, what happens is we are no more obsessed with anything. Because in Narad Bhakti Sutra we will see the sutra, Tat Sukha Sukhitvam. The real devotion means that by which our beloved is happy, that alone is done. But normally what happens, we go to so many houses for food. Their devotion is, we should eat whatever they tell us to eat. No, but this doesn't suit me. No, it's not like that. You have to eat. We have prepared with great love. Arey Baba, I am suffering. No, you suffer but you eat. That is not devotion. That is foolishness. Therefore, yo me bhaktya prayachati. Tad aham, that me, what is that? Patradi. That means patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. That patradi, that means the most insignificant thing. Bhaktya upahruta, bhakti purva prapitam. bhaktya upahrutam. So that is received by me with all devotion itself. So, when it is offered with devotion, I accept with devotion. Isn't it? Because devotion is not one-sided affair. Love is one-sided affair. There was one boy, he was telling Swamiji, tell my mummy, she doesn't want me to get married to that girl. So the mummy told Swamiji, ask him, how much is their love? He said, Swamiji, 50%. I love her. One part is over. Now only she has to love me. See? Then it is not love. So here also Bhagavan says, the devotee is offering with all love and I don't accept with love, then it is not love. In love, the participation of both parties is equal. So, bhaktya upahruta bhakti purva prapitam bhaktya upahrutam ashnami grindhami. So I accept it. Here the word ashnami means I eat it. Bhagavan became as if so much overpowered by this emotion of devotion that he forgot that patram pushpam phalam toya is not eaten. Ashnami grindhami prayatatmanaha shuddha buddhehe. So the one who is of pure intention, shuddha buddhi. And with that pure intention, with all devotion and love, when it is given, then I accept it. Because in this business of devotion, external actions are evaluated on the basis of the quality of the antakaran. That is devotion. In the karma, the external actions are evaluated on the basis of the results in the outer world. See? Therefore, the basic difference between the karma and the devotion is this. By karma, you try to improve and do better in the outer world. In case of devotion, you function in the outer world. But what is really created is a beautiful heart. Therefore, those people who are living in this world, keeping in view that I am in their heart, and therefore anything which will create glani or the guilt, anything which will create anger or arrogance, is directly hurting the Lord who is sitting in my heart. See, from the language of the yoga abhyas, what we will say, when we are aware of that presence of the divinity, then naturally all the thoughts will take care of themselves. You don't have to struggle to control the thoughts. See, those people who have this knowledge and understanding, that when we sit for satsang and a Mahatma is sitting in front of us, so we don't spread our legs and like that we don't sit. Because we know in our country there are certain maryada norms which are accepted, practiced by everybody. Now this is not known in the other countries to the people. So many times when we go, so the people are sitting like this, they'll spread their legs like this, and I am sitting and I am teaching them about posture. So when this happened, one person came from one yoga institution where I was giving, our Indian. He said, Swamiji, if you allow me, I will go and tell these people to sit properly. I said, please don't do that. They are not sitting in this manner out of disrespect. No. They do not know, because that is their culture. Whatever you are comfortable, be comfortable, but be attentive. So here in the class, more importance is of attention. In the same manner, what they are giving, how they are giving is not the thing. What is the intention behind? Therefore, in devotion, the most important part is we are creating a better heart. And Bhagavan says, I become aware of his intention And therefore, Ashnami Grihnami, from the Shuddha Buddhehe, from a devotee of pure intentions. Yataha evam ataha, this being so, therefore, 27th verse, Yat karoshi yadashnasi Yajjuhosi dadasi yata Yattapashyasi kaunteya Tat kurushva madarpanam. Now here Bhagavan has not told, do this, do that. See the beauty of the Lord. Therefore, Bhagavan Shankara said, Sukharadhanaha. I am very easily propitiated. No more too many problems are there. What is that? Yat karoshi, whatever you are doing. Then, tat kurushva madarpanam. Offer it to me. Now, for example, we are driving the car or we are the taxi driver. So only this, bhav in the heart, that every customer who is sitting is none other than the Lord and I am serving the Lord. See what is the difference it will make? We will never be arrogant and cheating to the customer. Yat karoshi. Whether we are, this is how, the sadhana done by Shabari Mata in Ramayana. Her guru told her that you keep on chanting Ram and keep your place neat and tidy so that when he comes, he will be having a good place to sit. And that was enough. Every day she is to clean her ashram beautifully, that we don't know, anytime he may come. So she was ready every moment of the day to receive the Lord. This is the meaning, Yat Karoshi. See, we go to so many houses and I enjoy the whole thing. When we are going there, people immediately make their houses clean. So everything is put proper. In one house, we went and then they took me to the drawing room and I said, let me see your kitchen. And I said, no, Swamiji, you sit here only. I said, no, my rule is when I enter, I go first to kitchen. No, Swamiji, you should not come in our kitchen. That is our rule, that nobody comes in our kitchen from outside. I said, all right, I have to take food, I have to listen to you. And then I said, am I allowed to go to bathroom or outsiders are not to go to bathroom? No, bathroom. And when I went inside, Ram Krishna Govinda. And afterwards, when I came out, then I said, hey, I am feeling a little tired, continuous lectures. By the time your food is ready, I like to go and lie down, stretch my back about 10 minutes. Is it okay? No, Swamiji, don't go in the bedrooms. Then it became a great concern for me. I said, okay, I will not go. And yet I went. I just opened the Ram. It was as if a garbage store. The books are lying, the shoes are lying anywhere, and the bed is buried under everything else. And everywhere, catch. Now, if this is the kind of our heart, will the Lord come? No, I am outside, I am all right. Therefore, yat karoshi. When we are living in our house, live in our house in such a manner that any moment the Lord will come. Keep this attitude. The houses will remain clean. This is what is called as devotion. Devotion is not only most of the places in India. Two examples I'll tell you. Once I went to this Piparia in Madhya Pradesh, near Pachmadi. Inside you go, palaces. So beautiful, neat, clean. The moment you step out, you are stepping directly on the garbage heap. You cannot walk, there is no road. Meaning what? The whole road is nothing. Everybody brings out the garbage from the house and throws on the road. As a result, the whole road doesn't have to be carpeted, doesn't have to be tarred, doesn't have to, because everywhere is garbage only. So this kind of lifestyle is not the lifestyle of a devotee. Therefore, yat karoshi tat kurushva madarpanam. Meaning, let every action of our be an offering to the Lord. And when we offer something to the Lord, it has to be beautiful and perfect. See, therefore, a devotee is not the one who is a shabby, stupid person. No. Many times, this we have got wrong notion. That simple living, high thinking. It is shabby living and stupid thinking. That is not the way. So, yat karoshi. Then, yadashnasi. So, swataha praptam yat ashnasi yach juhosi. Now, whatever ashnasi, whatever you eat. So, whatever karma that comes in front of you, how you do that? Do it as an offering to the Lord. So, your 24 hours becomes the bhakti yoga. You are no more a karmi, you are a devotee. Now, what is this verse telling? I'll tell you the principle and then explain further. What this verse is telling? Give away the attitude of duty and enter the domain of devotion. See? Duty becomes a burden. Devotion becomes freedom. Therefore, yat karoshi, whatever you are doing, do it for my sake, tat kurushva madarpanam. Then you are no more bound by the karma phala, because everything you are doing for my sake. Then yadashnasi, whatever you eat. So, whatever you eat means what? If I know that I am eating everything as the prasad of the Lord, automatically my eating habits will change. Like, when we go and something is given to us, Swamiji, take prasad. So, when prasad is given, our attitude is we don't reject it. We accept it with great reverence. Therefore, let us always remember ashnasi, not only eating food, but whatever comes in our life, everything is the divine grace. So, in receiving all the enjoyments of life, let us remember that this is the prasada. And in prasada, there is no bhoga buddhi, but there is the yoga buddhi. The difference. These sweets and various kinds of things we enjoy. We say, I went there to that, Vaishno Devi temple, and I enjoyed the prasad? No. We don't say that. But the worldly objects we enjoy. So, the worldly objects are having the shortcoming of bhoga buddhi that is created in our mind. Bhagavan says, don't live in this world as a bhogi, but lead your life as a yogi. Therefore, whatever you are eating, eat it as if you are offering it to me. Yadashnasi. Now, for that, in our tradition we have this, that before taking food, we offer it to the Lord. See, there is a difference. Now, basic difference I'll tell you. According to the Western culture, they thank God. Oh God, thank you for the food that you have given me today. They live on the daily wage basis. Thank you for the good food that you have given. And what we do, whatever food is prepared by us, it is prepared under strict conditions, and then it is offered to the Lord. After it has been offered to the Lord, then it becomes a prasad, and then that you are eating as a prasad. Now what will happen as a result? When I don't like the food, I don't like, throw it away. But when the same thing is given to me as a prasad, I don't throw it away. So that which can be accepted or rejected is a bhog, enjoyment. And that which is accepted with all love and affection is the yoga. So this is the meaning. Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi. So let us not have the bhoga buddhi in our attitude towards life. Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, then yat juhosi, havanam nirvartayasi, shrautam smartam va. The third thing. All of us are having some or the other religious practices in our life. Every tradition, every culture, particularly so in our Hindu culture, we have got many traditions. So all those traditions, etc., are necessary to be maintained in the family. By that only we have a sense of belonging to something higher culture. And that sense of belonging is the inner controller. Now see, take an example. When I am proud of being the child of my parents, and my parents will get hurt if I start drinking and smoking, and I don't want to hurt my parents because I respect them, I love them, as a result, I will not do that. Then it is a self-control. See? And the other way around, if I don't have parents, so, my parents were also like that. Why should I worry? I am also like that. See? This is how one of the biggest problems in the Western culture is this. Except this, they are trying to help out everything. The cause they don't want to remove. So, Yajjuhosi, whatever are the tradition, whatever are the nitya karma, whatever are the puja pothi, whatever is the kula dharma in your family, always remember you maintain that, because that alone will keep us on the spiritual path. Very important. So yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhosi, havanam nirvartayasi, and dadasi yat, and whatever you give, dadasi prayachasi brahmana dibyo hiranya anya ajya adi, and whatever you are giving to the right kind of people. See, the word used right kind is brahmana dibya. That means our charity should not be a blind charity. We must have the wisdom to whom we are giving and what we are giving. Therefore, whatever we are giving to the right kind of people. Who are the right kind of people? Right kind of people are those who are not getting spoiled because of our charity, or those who get spoiled because of the charity, that charity is a curse. See? Now take for example, how the charity becomes a curse. The welfare states. Welfare states means what? It is the responsibility of the government to look after the citizens. Welfare states. I go to England every year. The last time when I went, I said, you tell me something, good things about your country. Swamiji, ours is a welfare state, and therefore here every citizen is looked after by the government. If you don't have any job, they help you train free, and then you can you are called for the job. You can select. If you don't like, never mind, take other, again get training. And as a result, there are many people who have never worked even single day, and they are only living only on their welfare funds provided by the government. And because they don't have houses, they are staying on the roadside and all that. So to protect themselves, they are allowed to keep a dog. And the dog is also given the allowance by the government to look after the dog. See? Now, do you call this as a charity? Another example I'll give you. When it is a single mother family, if the lady is married with her husband and 3-4 children, then the lady doesn't get anything. So what they do, they get divorce. And when they get the divorce, immediately government starts paying to the lady the divorce allowance and per child additional allowance. And that child allowance, do you think it goes to the maintenance of the child? This lady enjoys. As a result, it is a systematic design to produce the single mother families in the whole society. This is not charity. This is destruction. Therefore here Bhagavan says, Yad dadasi prayachasi brahmana dibhyaha hiranya anna ajjadi. So whatever is given, it must be given in the right way to the right people, otherwise we become cause of destroying. I remember one taxi fellow was taking somewhere, and in Bombay you get, those people, children who clean the car and ask for money. So one boy told, small boy, he said, don't give money to this taxi fellow. So why? He takes this money and drinks and beats his wife. I have seen him. Now see. So, in Dadasiyat, let our charity be not a burden on the society. Dadasiyat. The second thing is, whenever we give something keeping the Lord in view, that charity is of the best kind, isn't it? I don't know whether you know or not, in the grocery shops if you go and ask for supari, erica nut. Supari is there? Yes. What is the rate? What for you want? For eating or for offering to God? Offering to God, 20 kilos in 5 paisa. For eating, it is 500 rupees per 10 grams. So when we are offering something to the Lord, it is the worst kind. What cannot be kept, it should be distributed as charity. Remember, on the basis of this, Kathopanishad started. Pitodaka, Jagdatruna, Dugdha Doha, Nirindriya, Asurya Namate Loka, Tanste Pretya Vigachanti Yeke. So, this Ananda Namate Loka, Tan Dadati. So, you are giving this kind of charity which will take you to the hell, not to the heaven. Therefore, Yad Dadasi Tat Kurusho Madarpanam. Let our charity be our need and not the need of the people. See? When I give something to somebody, it is my need. It is not that the people need it. Then the attitude will be different. See, one day somebody was telling me, Swamiji, you are running around so much, but all the time your mind is in your Lonavala students. And here we are in thousands, but there they are only a handful. So why you are bothering so much? So I said, look here, you are calculating because you are a Baniya, and is right. But for me, it is my need to talk to somebody the scriptures with the depth and the Bhashya. And therefore I run and come over here. It is not that you need it, even if I don't need it, you are happy. So once we have this change in attitude, it is our need that we are doing something in this world. Therefore, it is our need that we give. So whether you are giving the dravya, the wealth, whether you are giving the knowledge, it is our need. Now with this understanding, when you teach, you can never have the arrogance and look down upon the students. It can never happen. That is why the teacher who has respect for the students alone can teach and pass on the knowledge. If the teacher has the notion, oh, these are dumb fellows, I don't know what I am going to teach them, you cannot talk. Therefore, yad dadasi tat kurushva madarpanam. And the fourth thing, yat tapashyasi kaunteya. Yat tapashyasi. Tapaha charasi. Now, tapasya is done for what? For, I have given up sugar. Why? My weight is increasing. It is not tapasya. Or many times, we take some vow. Why? I have given a word to my wife that unless this happens, I will not take food. No, that is not tapasya. That is strengthening the ego. What is the real tapasya? Tapasya is wherein we are readily giving up the things so that we can go easily to the Lord. See? First is aparavairagya and then paravairagya. Don't forget Patanjali Yoga Sutra. When you go out of this Kaivalya Dham, you should be able to explain and practice it clearly. Otherwise, Yoga Vedanta course, then except the yoga, everything is there. Vedanta never be taught. It should not happen. Therefore, study regularly. So, yat tapashyasi kaunte. The real tapasya is abhyasa vairagyabhyam. So, the abhyasa purusha khyati or viveka khyati, recognizing the self. And the second thing to do that, vairagya, dispassion for the worldly things. When these two things are sincerely practiced, then it is called as the real tapasya. So in this manner, yat karoshi, yadashnasi, yat juhosi, dadasi, yat tapashyasi kaunteya. This includes our total life now. Now see. Yat karoshi, whatever we have to live life for. Yadashnasi, we have to live our life by eating, etc., by receiving the impulses or the instruments or the experiences from the world. Yad juhosi, as a result, how we respond. Yad dadasi, how we share. And yad tapashyasi, to practice all this, how sincerely we are ready to undergo the difficulties and the sacrifices. So these 5 principles is a complete picture of a decent human being. And tat kurushva madarpanam. And everything is possible to be done if we keep the Lord in our mind. Offering to the Lord means what? Offering to the Lord means remembering the Lord all the time. Earlier I never knew this because I had never given anything to anybody. One day, I do not know why, from somewhere I was there, and one person told me, Swamiji, please, this happened somewhere in, I think in Mauritius or somewhere I have gone. Swamiji, please come to see the malls and all that. I said, I have seen everything, I am not interested. No, for my sake you have to come. I said, okay. Now what are you going to buy? You buy. I said, I don't want to buy anything. No, you have to buy something. At least buy some, eatables. So this is the area. And then while I was going, seeing all the things, one brand I said, okay, this brand I will buy. So I bought. And once one old man had come to me and I gave him that biscuit while I was eating. So he ate that. He said, hey, Swami, this is such a good biscuit, I never taken in my whole life. I said, oh, I do not know where it has come. And then after he went, I saw the brand. And that brand I happened to see in that shop. So I said, this fellow is eating my head, so let me buy this. So I buy those 1 or 2 packets. And it so happened, when I landed in India, I landed in the afternoon about 3-4 o'clock, and 6 o'clock he came. Swamiji, you have come, I knew you are coming. And that thing was in my handbag. I said, hey, Kaka, this is for you. And when I gave him that old man, 90 years old, he started crying like a child. He said, Swamiji, you remembered me when you were moving in the whole world. And also, not only me, but you remembered that I like these biscuits. This is called as Tat Kurushva Madarpanam. Let every moment of our life be remembrance of the Lord. This is what Bhagavan tells. It is Sukharadhana. Very easy to practice. And the more we get involved into it, Ishvara Pranidhanadva, see how the things are going parallel. With the devotion to the Lord, all your yoga, all your asampradnya, sampradnya, samadhi, ekagrata, everything will start happening. Therefore, this devotion should not be taken that it is, those who are good for nothing, they are doing devotion. No. So, yat karoshi yadishnasi, yat juhosi dadasi, yat tapashyasi kaunteya, tat kurushu madarpana. Now, one more aspect and then we go to the next verse. In doing, in eating, in doing the yajna, in giving and in tapasya, in all of them, I is involved. Isn't it? I do this, I eat this, I am doing the yajna, I have given the charity, I am doing tapasya. Is it not? Tat Kurushva Madarpanam means what? Delete the I from your life. That ego is the one which Lord doesn't have. We should give to somebody what he doesn't have, is it not? See? And we should give something what we have. See how beautiful combination. We are not short of ego. And he doesn't have the ego. So give our ego to him. This is the meaning. Meaning what? Let the life be lived through us according to his desire, not according to my desire. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhosi dadasi yat tapashyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Now in this thought process, now see, your chitta vritti ekagrata has automatically come. That is what it is said, Ishvara Pranidhanadva. Because when the chitta vritti gets something higher, they will automatically be fixed over there. And the higher you go, single pointed it becomes. Like if you are at the base of a mountain, it will be very flat and very wide. But as you go on going toward the summit, like this pyramid, if you go to the base, it is too long. But as you go on going higher and higher, it is single pointed. In the same manner, the Supreme Lord being the highest, and you fix your mind on the Supreme Lord, Chitta Ekagrata is bound to be there. And when the Chitta Ekagrata takes place, automatically you have dropped, upper Vairagya has already taken place. And then Viveka Khyati, and then upper Vairagya, Asampradnya Samadhi, Tada Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. Therefore, this is the simple technique. Therefore, instead of struggling in this world, lead a cheerful, happy life, offering every moment to Him, remembering Him in and through every action. Evam kurvataha tava yad bhavati tashrunu. In this manner, when you are living, evam kurvataha, what will happen to you? Meaning, what will be gained by you by this kind of lifestyle? Tashrunu. Now that listen. 28th verse. Shubha shubha phalairevam mokshase karma bandhanaihi Sannyasa yoga yuktatma Vimukto mamupaishyasi. Shubha ashubha phalaihi evam Shubha shubhe ishta anishta phale yesham tani Shubha shubha phalani karmani taihi Shubha shubha phalaihi karma bandhanaihi Karmani eva karma bandhanani taihi karma bandhanaihi evam mat samarpanam kurvan mokshase. When you are offering all your karmas to me, the karma phala will not come to you. See? It is something like this. A taxi fellow is driving the taxi. And he is dedicated samarpan to whom? To the customer. The customer tells, take me to the drinking booth. Yes, sir. He takes the customer to the drinking booth. Now, as a result, will the taxi fellow get a sin? No. Then, what he will get? The meter reading. His life will be maintained. Yoga kshemam vahamyam. Similarly, if that taxi fellow takes a person to the temple, he will not get punya. Because I am going to the drinking booth or I am going to the temple, this is not involved. I am doing it for the sake of someone. See? This is the basic understanding. Like, this Putra Kameshti Yajna, it was done by whom? It was done for Dashrath Maharaj by that Rishi. So after the Yajna was over, Rishi did not get children. He was already fed up. Isn't it? It is the Dashrath Maharaj who got the children. In the same manner, when you are doing the karma for the sake of the Lord, karma phala will go to Lord. It will not come to you. When they don't come to you, you are free. See? Now understand this basic, philosophy behind it. We go to the market, to the sweet meat shop. And after we go there, we ask, hey, Dukandar bhai, kindly give 1 kilo peda. We want 1 kilo sweet meat. And then we take that sweet meat to the temple and give it to the Panditji who is looking after the god. He is not looking at the god, please understand the word, looking after the god. So he is looking after the god. Then what the Panditji does, your sweets you have brought, he keeps them before the Lord and pull the curtain so that you should not see what is going inside. And then a good amount of your sweets is taken out. And then 1 or 2 tulasi patra and mungfali that is put over there. Take back. After it is offered to the Lord, now it has become a prasad. See? Now what is that? Because of which the sweet meat is converted into prasad. Think. See? We never go to the market to call, hey, give me prasad. Once it happened in Delhi, I never knew that Biharis can be that crazy. In Bihar, people eat this coconut as a separate dish. Like when we eat mungfali sometime on the roadside, you just buy one 2 mungfali, eat. Like that they eat coconut. I don't know how funny thing it is, but they do it. I was coming from one Bhagavad Katha. And we are going, so on the traffic light we had to stop. So one fellow came with the, coconut. And he said, lo. So I took it and ate. And he said, paisa do. I said, prasad we never pay. He said, this is not prasad. I said, but I had taken it as a prasad. It may not be prasad. So when we go to the shop, we don't buy the prasad, we buy the sweets. But after offering it to the Lord, the same thing is called as prasad. Now what happened? When we have given it to the Lord, when we have offered it to the Lord, so our mamata, this is mine, is removed. Is it not? Now it is offered to the Lord, it is not mine. And who is the Lord? Who doesn't accept anything? Don't have that notion when you give to the Lord, Lord takes. He doesn't take. Why? Because He is complete. Purnamadaha Purnavidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. So to the infinite, nothing can be added. See? Now what is the position of that? That sweet meat does not have the impurity of your possessiveness. Because mamata is removed. And that is not accepted by the Lord. So it is now a lavaris property. Doesn't belong to anybody. So it has gone to the Prakriti. See? And therefore, when we take prasad, we are one with the nature. And in the nature there is no papa punya. There is no sin and merit. And therefore, shubha shubha phalairevam mokshase karma bandhanaihi. So whatever karma we are doing, because there is no doer, therefore there is no karma. Because there is no karma, there is no karma phala, and therefore you are already liberated. Mokshase karma bandhanaihi. Whenever you do something for the sake of anything or anybody other than the Lord, it will create sin and merit. And whenever you do anything for the sake of the Lord, it is neither sin nor merit. See? Because when you do something for the sake of the Lord, the I disappears. I cannot exist before the Supreme Reality. Therefore, Shubha Shubha Phalairevam Mokshase Karma Bandhanaihi. Then Saha Ayam Sannyasa Yogaha Nama Sannyasa Cha Asau Mat Samarpanataya Karmatvad Yoga. This is called as Sannyasa Yoga. Sannyasa Yoga means what? Because everything is done with the understanding that it is being done for me, therefore it is sannyasa, and it is done karmatvat yogaha. So the attitude is that of a sannyasi and the action is that of a karma yogi, and therefore sannyasa yoga yuktatma. So what is meant is that behind every action there are two things. One is the attitude and second is the action. With what attitude the action is done. So when the actions are done as an offering to the Lord, there cannot be any karma phala. And when the action is done, therefore it is karma yoga. And in this manner, so asau iti tena sannyasa yoga yuktena, so atma antakarnayasya sahatvam. So the one who has thus understood the secret of this, such a you, hey Arjun, vimuktaha mam upashyasi. So when now with reference to Arjun, what Bhagavan is telling, that you are on the battlefield, fight this war not for your sake but for my sake. And fight this war mukta sangas samachara. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. Tadartham ishwarartham. Yajnartham. So when you are doing all the karma for the sake of the Lord, that doesn't mean do anyway. Mukta sangha samachara. Do the best. But without any attachment. Why? Because you are doing it for the Lord. In this manner, you also become and sannyasa yoga yuktatma san, and thus having changed your attitude and sincerity in the karma, Vimuktaha karma bandhanaihi jivan eva patite api asmin sharire mam upashyasi agamishyasi. In this manner, while living itself you are definitely with me, and after the body is dropped, you shall certainly merge in me. See how beautiful the whole thing goes. So, sacha ayam sannyasa yogaha nama sannyasaha cha asau mat samarpanataya karmatvad yogaha. Because it is the offering to the Lord as an attitude, this is sannyasa. And because it is karma, it is yoga. And in this manner, sannyasa yoga yuktena, so he who is associated one with these two things in his every action, attitude and sincerity and performance of the duty, he will be definitely liberated from karma bandhanaihi jivan eva patitecha, while living as well as when the body is dropped. So jivan mukti and the videha mukti is definitely guaranteed for such a yogi. When this is said, naturally the question will come, oh, ragadveshavantarhi bhagavan yataha bhaktan anugrunnati na itaraniti. Oh, that means Bhagavan also is like that. Those who are his, to them he takes care. Those who are not his, he is against them, bias. Oh. Therefore, raga dveshavan tarhi Bhagavan. Therefore, Bhagavan is also with the likes and dislikes. He likes his devotees and he doesn't like his non-devotees. Yato Bhagavan grunnati bhaktan. Because he is blessing his devotees. He has very clearly said. And not itaran. This kind of funny notion should not go in our head. And therefore Bhagavan says in the 29th verse, Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. We will take this in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.